All right. See if I can fix this. Welcome to R-Type Delta HD Boosted. R-Type Delta HD Boosted. This game was originally released for, I believe, PlayStation 1. Yeah, PlayStation 1. This just got released as kind of like a HD remaster. Not a remake or anything like that. Just a little bit of a remaster. Fine. And yeah, this is this type of kind of side-scrolling shoot 'em up are really fun. Mostly I played them back in the day, but it's a genre that I'm curious to see if we can get like a modern revisiting of emergence. You know, get a little bit of it more modernized. It's pretty. Most of them are pretty familiar kind of experience from back in the day to the modern era. Just this so we don't over. All right. But yeah, interesting genre, but a genre that I haven't really played that much since the 90s. But let's just quickly do a look at the options here. So you have difficulty settings. Okay. I'm guessing this is hard, normal, easy. Alright, normal shoot, rapid shoot with right trigger, force, weapon, speed up. Ooh, okay, speed up and speed down. Wait, what? Okay. I think I would have liked that. Rapid shoot. Weapon force. Maybe we want to have force on that one. We have weapon on Y. We have... Wait, yeah, normal shoot. Alright, we have full remapping. Really nice. So I played, what is the R-Type for the Super Nintendo, and I think I tried one of the remaster. So sound, okay. Not sure what that means, but you have sound effects and background music, mono, stereo, right? This is where it gets interesting, right? You have a mode here. You can choose high res texture or low res texture. You can't see the difference, so we're gonna have to try this in game. This is where it gets a little bit sad, right? Since this was released for the PlayStation, and PlayStation era was 4:3, you know, the more square shaped screen size, and today we have the wide screen size. And you can look, if you look at the image here, this is not good, right? The only thing this does, it just stretches it. So everything will look, everything here in the game will now have wrong proportions. So yeah, this is where it gets a little bit like weird, you know, where you start questioning, is this a fully remaster, or did they just, you know, like toss in an emulator with, you know, high texture support, something like that. You do have VSync options here, which is nice, on or off. You do have different screen sizes, and you do have, this is definitely nice, Nvidia Reflex, low latency. But you don't have any more like performance options than high or low modes and resolution. So I'm guessing the game is fairly easy to run. But if your computer can't run it, well, you're shit out of luck. You can only turn down the resolutions. You can't do any more tweaking like that, which is pretty common, but I think this is a fairly lightweight game to run. But this is where it gets a little bit sad, definitely. This one being the biggest. You know, when you expect a good remaster, you at least want proper 16 by 9, not stretched. Alright. That's, I'm guessing, is text language only, but yeah. Just a few little settings. So let's just see what's gonna happen here. Sure. If you tab out of the game, the game will completely pause. Which again I'm not a fan of, because if you're streaming or if you are recording or, you know, for whatever reason you need to tab out, since this is probably a very lightweight game to run, I feel it's not necessary to pause everything. It's also locked to 60 frames per second. But we can definitely see here that my GPU and the VRAM usage, the GPU utilization, the CPU utilization, right? I didn't add it. Did I not add my CPU utilization? I need to tweak that later on. But yeah, it's a super lightweight game here to run. And again, a little bit sad when you get a remaster. It's locked to 60 frames. So, like, it's almost like this is just a good optimized emulator for this game in a way. Now, again, we don't know how much they have rewritten or what's going on behind the scene, but it's not the best start. You know, you want more like the night dive experience, you know, unlock refresh rate, proper widescreen aspect ratios, and, you know, lots of settings to tweak the experience. Oh yeah, I had my GPU, my CPU there, Ryzen 9600X there. So it's running in, yeah, very low CPU utilization here. Let's go with standard. Let's remove this one. So this is the thing, right? It's nice that we do get these remasters and stuff. But if we don't get more like proper stuff, like 16 by 9, unlock frame rates, more accessibility option or whatever, it's not going to draw in a new audience. It's only going to be, oh my, holy, it even has texture warping. Do we have analog movement or anything? We have D-pad. Yeah, we don't have analog movement. It's just a digital. Right. This looks just like, with the texture warping and everything, this definitely to me has the vibe of a upscaled PlayStation game with like a texture pack. Let's can we change options? Wow. You can't change. So there is that low quality and high quality texture option menu, but you can't change this on the fly. So again, not good. You should be able to toggle low and high res settings from within this menu here. That's very unfortunate. The only thing you can change is screen resolution and VSync on off. Right, but if you turn off VSync, just to double check, it's still going to be just 60 frames. How do we go back? Return, alright. The game do run very good. It's very fluid. It's you know, it's a locked. It's a locked 60 frames per second. Graphic is sharp. There were different sound modes. Can you change that? No, you cannot change the audio. The audio either. All right. Again, like, it's not that this is a particularly bad. Oh shit! I wanted to change this to the back there, but all right. It's not that this is a bad port. We can remove this one. That this is a bad, like, version of the game. It's just that I don't really feel that this is going to draw in a new audience. That makes any sense. Ooh, nice. I like the power-ups. I did think I did see that, you know, for some people they was feeling that this was their favorite R-Type game, and it's a lot of chaos going on here. But also a lot of fun with all of the upgrades and stuff. And being able to shoot this little force thing definitely adds a lot of cool thing, and that was the main thing for this game. That you could just fire this one away and use it for your tactical advance. You can then get it back and you can fire behind you if you need that. And having like a rapid or a short shot, and I think short shot also could. I think that the short shots could like destroy some projectiles and and do some extra stuff. Like, so it's definitely good to like charge your shots sometimes. I think it was like it could fire a different type of projectile, not just bigger, but a different. But if we're just, you know, again, just focusing on the game here, it is definitely, I can see why people, you know, definitely really like, maybe even pick this as their favorite. Because it has a very interesting graphic. It has this kind of 2.5D, like the kind of 3D background graphical thing. I really enjoy that. A very nice looking like enemies there. It looks nice. The enemies here, the projectiles and everything. A nice little weapons going on here. Oh, or what hit me there? Oh, all right. You lose everything when you die. But this is again something that I think it would have been great to have as an accessibility option. It would be really nice to have like, oh, when you die you get to keep your stuff. Just to make sure that, you know, maybe new players would be more, would get an easier introduction to the game. Ah, okay, so that may be that could have been what hit me. Oof. Okay, we are getting owned. Difficulty definitely steps up here. Ooh, okay. Ooh. It would have been fun again. This is the thing. If you are someone that played original, you want the original experience with maybe a little bit of oomph in some ways, and you don't want to use emulators. This is awesome. It's priced at 20 euros at the moment, and everything feels solid. And you know, you're gonna get pretty much a good classic experience. But if you are a newcomer just looking for games in this genre, you don't have any like, you could have like an accessibility option here, like a rewind feature that some other games have. You could have like a manual save option. You could have like accessibility option that when you die you get to keep your last, you know, upgrades. Like there's so much that could have been done, like proper 16:9 or 21:9, you know, wider aspect ratios, which is amazing for games like this. And it feels a little bit underwhelming when you get this, right? Since I'm new to this, not the genre, but to this particular game, and for me that don't have any problem with like emulators, why would I go for this game? All right, you can speed up your shift there. I tried, but why should I go for this game and not just an emulated version? Maybe we should just try the classical, the original version, right? To see how big is the difference. Can you spot the difference? Does it feel different? Maybe I should do a separate video on just trying out the original one. Because again, like if you are one that are a fan of the classical ones, then you probably then you probably know about emulator and stuff. And then maybe you could just get pretty much the same experience, but you could even get more of a better experience, since emulators support they support like the save states, they support they do upscaling options. You can have like CRT shaders. Again, that's also something that is a bit disappointing, right? You don't have any like screen filter, CRT filter, or anything like that. So the only thing this option, like this, the only thing that this like version here really offers is just accessibility. It's an easy way. It's an easy way. It's an easy way to experience this one for people that just don't want to bother with emulators, don't want to bother with like backing up a copy of the game or anything like that. They just want to quickly get into the game. Maybe they play this as kids or whatever, or maybe they just think this looks like an interesting genre, and this is a perfect easy way to get into it. But for everyone else, it might actually be better to just go for the original. For the PlayStation, the emulated version. I think I might try to see if I can quickly boot it up after here. Have it available, because when I saw that this was going to be released on Steam, I looked up this game and I got, you know, oh, this looks like a fun shoot 'em up to try. This is very, very difficult. So maybe I should just boot it up using emulator DuckStation, so we can see the difference between emulated version and like this version. I think there is one big difference that I read about, and that is that the game on the emulators do have slowdowns, right? Meaning that you won't get a stable 60 frames per second all the time if you emulate this game, or if you play this game on original hardware. you are going to have that the game will slow down sometimes. Right. You gotta remember that I can speed up. I can speed up the speed of my ship or slow down if I feel I'm going too fast or too slow. Oh my god, yeah, I don't have any protection in the front there. I'm really getting walled pretty early on here. Oh wow. Right. So this one, the little ball here, it can protect from some basic projectiles, right? But obviously it will only protect from one direction, so if I do like this, I can get hit here. I need to be careful from the projectiles from the front here, but I am a little bit protected from the back here. It's definitely quite a, yeah, there's a lot of explosion and stuff here going on. This is really tricky. There's so much going on here. Very early on also. This is just the second stage. So these games are known for being difficult. And for good and bad. But I think that definitely the difficulty curve is something that is a big limiting factor for new players to this genre, and that's why I think it's a little bit missed opportunity to not have added more just accessibility options to maybe get more new players to want to play this type of game. Ah, nice sound effect there. Oh my god, there's so much here on the screen. I think for me that is like... Shit, yeah, I should have swapped it to the other side there. I think that is one thing that for me is a little bit... Whoop. These it kind of stops from getting too crazy into these games sometimes. They look really nice, but sometimes they do have too many like graphical options that they just... Yeah, I cannot go. No. Sometimes they have too much like graphical options, not graphical options, but too much graphical explosions and goodness on the screen. That kind of stops... Oops. Stops you from seeing what's happening. Oh my goodness. Oh shit, I should have done it on that way. Yeah. This is definitely like a very cool thing, right? You have to kind of... Damn, you have to like have it on the correct position there. I feel like at least to be able to make it through that. So a lot of the charm of these type of games is that it is trial and error, and that you know, you're gonna wanna have to replay the games over and over again. Get better to, you know, figure out enemy spawns and just other stuff. Damn. Jeez. Oh my. Wow. All right. But yeah, I think it would be fun here to see if I can swap to the original version when I'm soon game over here. Just to showcase and see the difference here. Maybe we should try... Yeah, I guess I could also try to swap the kind of like the music and the texture mode. To see if we can spot the difference in that one also. I do like this looks crisp. It plays well, but it's weird that we don't have proper widescreen support or higher refresh rate, or that we can't change like the texture options when we're playing the game. But yeah, it's not like it's a bad remaster per se. It's just that it's a little bit underwhelming. So let's try this. Let's try that. And let's go here. It's also a little bit sad that you know, you don't have an option for like texture warping on or off, because some people that play the original, right, on the PlayStation, they love that warping texture effect that was due to a hardware limitation of the PlayStation, but it gives the PlayStation a specific certain, you know, charm. But that charm is not for everyone. So you can, again, would it be nice to have an option for that? It's even that is the thing with this remaster, right? More just fine-tuning options for new players to this genre, to new players to this R-Type franchise, and just... we wanted more tweakability, and I wanted. Maybe you think that, you know, this is perfect as it is, and I perfectly fine with that. But let's try this. Do I get to pick my pilot? Or yeah, let's try the other ship here. There's only 2 ships, right? Let's try this one. So now we have low quality textures. We have the arranged sound mode. Right, so this just pretty much to me it only looks like we just lowered the resolution. I guess that is the point with textures, right? The textures now are just lower resolution. It still looks crisp, just more pixelated. And again, why can I not change this when I'm gaming? And also, again, like proper analog stick movement. Why can we not even have analog movement, right? Only digital movement. Okay, so Right, the music does sound different, right? Is it better? I'm not sure. But again, why can we not change it? Why can I not change the option? Why can I not change the option when I'm in the game there? I need to learn what all of these are. I think that's the laser, right? The blue laser. Oh shit, I should have maybe swapped. Alright, so this is just extra, right? Yeah. I think the other music soundtrack might maybe have been more interesting to me. Oh, it's homing. I think again, I think that is the laser. Damn it. The laser. Okay, on kids mode, I do get to keep my power up here. Yeah, that is the blue laser. Okay, so this is like homing. Nice destruction. All right, this is this. Ooh. Ah, right, an option. I didn't get this one. Oh, maybe this is for easy mode only, the little extra option there. Shit. I'm not doing better here. I'm doing worse. Okay, so I don't get to keep my options when I die. Oh, I don't know how I survived. I didn't. It might be that I'm using the lower res textures that is making it a little bit more challenging to see what's going on here. Oh my god, I'm not seeing anything here. It is just explosions, explosions. I really wish I could toggle again, repeating, but to be able to toggle... the high-res modes of the texture here would be really nice now without having to like restart the entire game. Okay, so I'm guessing this is a mini boss here, right? Oh, whoa. Yeah, this is a very different weapon. I'm guessing I'm getting different weapons because I'm using the different ship here. Okay, let's see if I can swap to the original to see the difference here. So stay with me very briefly here. I'm really curious how big the difference really is going to be here. How big of a difference are there? Hopefully it should be pretty fast to do this. Let me no, not yet. Right. Of course, there's an update. Again, this is fun. Like, it's a good shoot 'em up experience. It's just oh, blah blah blah. I haven't set up this thing here. Oh, where is it? So many. Hello, where is the settings? I'm just trying to find quickly some out. There we go. This is right. Can I change this? Do that. Will it work? Try. There we go. All right. No. That one? Change. Right. Right, so this is the original. And yeah, original might be running at 30 FPS. And my controller, do I have to set up my controller also? Come on, where is it? Automatic, oop. Where is it? Yeah, alright, let's do this. Automatic mapping not working. There we go. Alright. Definitely longer loading times. Options. Let's see what here. Okay, so we have the same difficulty settings. Let's go with easy for this one. Alright, so you can remap here also. That's nice. Okay, full remapping. That's really awesome. Obviously... Oh, background music off. Okay, let's go with default here. Get the mouse pointer out of the way. It's the same aspect ratio here because I don't really care for the stretched mode. Right. You have the same settings here. Let's go with my little default bad boy of a ship here. Right. So it definitely is a very nice, positive thing that the remaster gives you 60 frames, stable. And this one is going for... Turn down the volume a little bit. This one is going for 30 FPS. I gotta say that right off the bat, the emulated version here, right? It looks just as crisp. If the textures are like HD done, this looks just as sharp or maybe even sharper. That is very unfortunate. Yeah. Is it still? It feels really good. Oh, yeah, it's 60 frames, so it's the same frame rate, right? It felt smooth. Yeah, the game runs at 60 frames. It's gonna have slowdowns, right? As I'm read on the from like the forum. But the game runs at the same frame rate. Yeah. Again, I feel it's underwhelming. The port that you got, or that or whatever that was released, it could have been more. Like the textures, sure, they might be higher definition or maybe redone a little bit, but this looks super sharp. Oops. This feels just as good. And again, I get save slots, so if I want, a more of an accessible experience, I can use save slots. So the new version adds very little. So again, like, if you're a retro gamer, you can just, and like really love this game, you can just emulate it, and you might already have done that. And if you're a new player, you don't really get a lot of customization or anything, so you might not be as interesting for you. Huh. So it only feels like the remaster just is a very easy way for anyone that just does not like emulators. Because that is where you're gonna get the most out of that. You're gonna get the most out of the remaster if you just don't want to use an emulator, because everything is set up, everything is working. But if you use an emulator, you like, this looks so crisp, so really good. But yeah, again, there is gonna be slowdowns in this game where it's not running at 60 frames, right? So that is gonna be better on the modern version, but like overall, this experience is really great. I want to try something, so bear with me real quickly when I do this. I want to try to see if we can try this one. This? Right, do we have... quickly if I possibly can. Yes. We are gonna try something real quickly. Something is here. Okay. Let me see if this is working or not. Off. This works. This is gonna be interesting. Just I wanna just get as quickly as I can into the game to see if it if this broke everything or not. If it didn't break, I'm gonna see something interesting here. So this is running on DuckStation. The emulator, there are, you know, several PlayStation emulators. You have, is it Mednafen, and you have like RetroArch, you have EPCXE, the classics ones. DuckStation has really nice. That is my go-to emulators. DuckStation or Mednafen. See how this is gonna be. Yes. Oh, wait. No. Let me just. For that real, I need to remap my buttons real quickly here. You should be good to go. Game. Don't need to save a pilot for this quick test. Right, let's see how this is gonna work. Go with the normal little ship here. Oh, little buddy, I know you can't see. I just want to see how... I want to see before showing like if what I did is working or not. Like it's working. All right. Let me do... Can you tell the difference? Now in DuckStation we are using the removing of we have now removed the warping. Again, we get more options from just emulating the game here, which is unfortunate. Again, this is what we should have had in the game. We should just have had the, you know, an option for texture warping. Ooh. I'm playing this on easy mode so far. There is one thing there is one more thing one more setting I want to try just to see if it works or not, but yeah. So if you, again, for like new players that haven't played the original, that might, you know, wanna experience this game, but they are not a fan of texture warping, emulating is a better option. I know that this is not for everyone, right? There are definitely, again, there is a charm to having having the texture warping from the classic. That is for sure a big thing. But that is, again, a little bit of a personal preference, right? So it's just like the remaster. I don't see why I would want to play the remaster when I can play this version. I do get save states. I can choose if I want to have a pixelated look or upscale, sharper look. I can choose if I want to have the wobbly textures or not. I can add the CRT filters. Yeah, if I want to get into this game, I would go for this version. Again, because I could just have a fun, casual experience with using save slots. And I could again tweak the graphics and stuff just to be more in line with me. I'm wondering, maybe there also is an option. I'm not sure. Maybe there is an option in DuckStation. There's so many options to like enable slow motion. Maybe there is like a slowdown. Like this is a better option. We are gonna try one final thing here because I'm a little bit curious. Bear with me again. Yes, final tweak here. So what I did for in DuckStation, when I played right now, I did enable PGXP geometry correction, PGB depth buffer. There's low compatibility, but it looked fine in this first stage. And that's pretty much all I've done. I'm using upscaling here, 9 times upscaling to really crisp graphics. But I want to see if I can find... there is more, like, you can do more tweaking here. You can enable more PGXP, like, de-wobbly settings, but I just went with those first ones. And it looks really nice, so I don't want to mess around too much, but there is one thing I do find here. Ah, there we go. That. Let me just... what happens if we do this? Maybe... I don't think what I'm doing right now is gonna work. Because if it works, it just would pretty much blow the remaster just completely out of competition here. But we'll see. Come on. Bit of a slow loading time here, but we're waiting. Let me do this. Oh, option. I need to remap real quickly, changing difficulty. So normal fire, rapid fire, force, weapons, jump, down, rapid, force. Let's see if we go into the game. How is go with the default little ship here? Come on. Yes. Right. I don't wanna. I want you to get shocked if it works, but I don't think it's gonna work. So let's see what's happening here. All right. Let me swap. So this is 16:9 mode in DuckStation. and I don't know, it looks like it might be actually working. It might actually be... It doesn't look stretched, right? I don't think so. So that means that you could, if you emulated the game, you can get proper 16:9, right? You do get black bars in OBS here. I do apologize for that. It's just because I want to just quickly try this. So I enabled 16:9 rendering in DuckStation, and that for 3D games, and since this game is using like a 3D thing, you know, with a 2.5D, I think it might actually be working. Right? It looks like it is a proper 16:9. And again, why would you want to go for... Why would you want to go for the remaster? The only thing you get from the remaster is maybe a little bit of a, you know, crisper, not sharper looking, but a different, maybe a crisper, different looking textures. Oops. Yeah, like I think that's the only... The strength of the remaster is it's very easy, right? It's very easy to get going and just running, and it runs at a fixed... and it's gonna run at a fixed 60 frames per second, pretty much. But that's it. You don't get proper 16:9 support. That, to me, this looks like it could definitely should be like a proper, right? You don't get any like save states that you can use like an accessibility options. You don't get support for like any like CRT shadering or filterings or anything like that. And that brings me back to what I said, that I think that the remaster is perfectly fine. It's just that it is underwhelming. It could have been so much more. The game itself, though, very difficult, but it's... I do really enjoy this style, the power-ups. I could see myself, you know, playing this, but again, I would emulate it, and then I could add save states. I could maybe go for normal difficulty, but, you know, just use the save states to help me along, to give me more of a modern, like, feel, more like a checkpoint feel, like, oh, I've reached this part of the stage, I'm gonna just enable a checkpoint here for me. With using a save state. Well, there you have it. I think we're gonna stop here. What is your... What you know, what do you feel about the remaster, or maybe this game, or what is your favorite, right? Feel free to point out. But this is a fun game. I liked, even though I only got to the second stage, I do enjoy it. I think it was really fun to try. But again, like the remaster is... It's very underwhelming. It's not that it's bad, it's just that it doesn't really offer... It offers so little. The only thing the remaster really offers here is ease of access, right? You don't have to tinker with the backing of copies or getting like emulators set up or anything like that, which is amazing. And the price is right now 20 euros, but that's with like a 10% sale. I think this remaster should have been like 15 to 20 fixed euro price, and then cheaper on sales. Yeah, but like this one that is emulated it looks to me just as good, just as sharp, just as fun, proper 16:9 emulation, what it looks to me. So damn, I don't know. That was interesting. I was hoping more oomph from the remaster. The game itself, again, fun power-ups, fun with the different ship types, fun with, you know, the kind of charge shot or rapid shot that definitely adds to the gameplays, right? And also you have that with, I don't know what you call it, but your kind of force module that you can like fire, that can be like a different kind of firing barrier in front, or you can attach it to fire behind you with lots of tactical options. It is a very difficult game, this, even on easy, and it's both part of the charm and could be that it might be difficult to get into this type of, you know, this game. Let's go with this game, right? Not the entire genre, but the entire genre has that kind of more hardcore vibe to it. And again, it's like, that is the biggest thing with me, right? The remaster, if they would have implemented like a rewind feature or a save slot feature, would have been much more just accessible to people, or they could have had added like a checkpoint mode, where you have just, if you make it to a checkpoint, that's where you can start or continue. You can set your difficulties and stuff like that, but that would have been like modernized, made more people want to play this, could add to it. And again, as option, not as a forced alternative, because you want to have the classic vibe that you know, the classic people want. And I think you get that. That is the best thing with the remaster. You have the classic vibe in maybe too much, right? You have screen wobbling, you have the same like settings and option and everything. It's like 4:3 by default and everything. Because what you're seeing here right now on screen is not going to be what, you know, the ones that maybe play this on their CRT TVs and the original PlayStation with the wobbliness and everything might not be what they are looking for. Super crisp, super clear, no wobbling or anything. But I really think this is a strength of emulator, adding, you know, new features and stuff to older games here. So yeah, this was fun. But if I want to play this game that I might stream on Twitch, you know, twitch.tv/Halkenstrong, I'm gonna go with the emulated version, because it just feels more badass to me. But feel free to leave a like, comment, follow, check back to my channel if you don't want to miss me trying games and demos and stuff and video games related stuff here. And thanks for watching. Have a great day, and bye for this time.